Today we're going to be talking about where are OG YouTubers, and I actually went ahead and asked on my socials, specifically on my YouTube community tab, and I included a slideshow of specific YouTubers, and you know, some people were like, these aren't OG YouTubers, where's Jenna Marbles, Smosh, Tyler Oakley,
Jenna
and I heard y'all.
Marbles.
Okay, that's going to be in another video. Leafy is here. Kicking us off is the infamous Leafy is here, a guy who, at his YouTube peak, had just a little shy of 5 million subscribers and who nobody would have thought would end up fading into oblivion almost like he never existed. And what's interesting with Leafy, whose real name is Calvin Lee Vale, is that he went from an OG beloved YouTube creator to being banned on almost every single platform. But this was all a doing of his own. I mean, it was literally him 100% orchestrating his downfall. Actually, let's start there, where he is now. Searching through the usual popular online platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, etc., it's obvious that he's not really active anywhere. That also goes for newer, less popular platforms like Rumble. And while on these platforms it's kind of hard to tell where he went, I did find a bit of information on his Instagram. His last post there is this screenshot, which is basically a suspension of his Twitter account at about 903,000 followers. That post was made on September 21st, 2023, and the caption is, "See you in 6 months to 5 years when I get unbanned off one of these websites again. Thank you for all the support and money." Yeah, that just suggests that he took a break from the internet, involuntarily of course, and will come back if he's ever unbanned. Now, if you've never heard of Leafy is here and don't know why he was famous, well, it's pretty straightforward. He blew up off creating content, basically harassing other creators, and was walking too close to the fire when it came to YouTube. So much so that YouTube ended up banning him twice. Yeah, he got banned 2 times, the second one being a permanent ban. And YouTube was just one of the platforms that did away with him. Obviously, we just saw that he posted.
So another person getting a little too high off their own hubris. I didn't know anything about him. The Jenna Marbles thing, like, she 100% was like somebody I definitely paid attention to, but this guy I have no fucking idea. But I've seen a good amount of YouTubers come and go. You know, a lot of people think that, you know, it's like not an easy thing to do, to just kind of fall off the face of the earth when it comes to this type of like thing that we do as YouTubers and content creators, but it's very, very easy to, you know, kind of go away, whether it be voluntarily or involuntarily. You know what I mean? Like, you have to make a conscious effort to keep showing up. You know, I mean, just like anything else, like just like going to work, right? Like, if you clock in, you know, it's very easy to just say, you know what, fuck it, I'm not going to work. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't feel like it, so I'm not going. You know, but it's harder, obviously, to get up, go, you know, commute, go take the train or take the bus, or, you know, drive to work and go to, you know what I'm saying, like, have to deal with your boss and all that kind of shit. Like, obviously that's a little bit more challenging of a thing to do, but you know, you do it because obviously, like, you got to pay your fucking bills. You know, with this internet shit, I mean, it's easy to just fade away.
A screenshot of him being banned on Twitter. So yeah, he was banned on Twitter 3 times. Once on April 2021, then in September of 2022, and then in September of 2023. So then the question comes along, how does one person get banned so many times? Well, like I mentioned before, it's just down to harassment. Actually, this article by The Verge captures the whole thing really well. It states that within a period of 90 days, Leafy violated YouTube's harassment policy that included, quote, cyberbullying, including malicious insults and name calling based on someone's appearance, gender, or orientation. Also, we're talking full-blown harassment here. The dude had no limit. For example, in 2016, when he was at his peak, he made fun of YouTuber Brendan Mitchell of the channel Wet Movie 1, who has a learning disability, telling him he, quote, looked like he went through 5 different strokes. In the video, now re-uploaded on a different channel by a third party, he really goes into it, adding stuff like, he looks like sadness. He looks like he's just given up. And I can't decide if he's creepy as fuck or just goofy as shit. I believe you get a sense of what his videos were like. He also did them to a lot of creators, including one named Tommy NC 2010, mocking his appearance and behavior despite the guy being autistic. That Leafy video was so damaging that Tommy later responded, saying that he was getting death threats from Leafy's followers.
Hello folks, I'm having a difficult time right now because some people are threatening my life, threatening my family.
Yeah, I wasn't on this side of the internet yet.
All I wanted to do was inspire people.
though Leafy didn't know the man was autistic, and I do remember Leafy apologizing in a separate video, though I'm just going off memory. Now, I could go on and on about this because Leafy's harassment reached all crevices and nooks of the internet, including trans/LGBTQ communities. However, one of his hits that stood out were his attacks on Pokimane. A clip of it still exists online.
Fucking
re-uploaded,
Pokimane.
and it's pretty brutal. He attacks her content style and looks, all through even saying, "I'd watch Jake Paul vlogs before Pokimane. I'd watch gay for Pokimane." He went on to make 3 other videos about her and also doubled down on the mockery on his now banned Twitter account. Specifically, he took this photo of her without makeup and used it to degrade her looks. He apparently made it his profile picture at some point and also called her less attractive than any average person on Twitch. Anyway, Leafy
started streaming on
Rumble, which still is a streaming service, but it really fell off. Just like Kick is still on, but it's like it has such a bad reputation, which is why I actually ended up moving to Twitch. Like I couldn't take being on Kick, you know, like every Kick clip that comes up on my Twitter feed is negative, and I just didn't want to be associated with that. Anyway, it's not about me. If you want to watch my Twitch streams, go ahead and follow that. And he was almost banned on Rumble, and the dude doesn't even post there anymore. He also revealed what he looks like nowadays. Leafy is an interesting case because it seems like whenever he comes back, people still flock to him, even if it's for the wrong reasons. And I don't doubt he'll make his way back to the internet when everyone least expects it, but that time is not now, apparently. I don't know. I'm willing to put a bet that he comes back this year. Maybe late this year, but I'm willing to bet he's gonna do something this year.
And then when you come back, people are just gonna want like you to go back to your old ways, right? Obviously, you don't want to get banned again, but like, you know, that's how the internet is, right? Once you have a character, you gotta unfortunately stick to it, especially if it's negative, you know? But yeah, I didn't hear of Leafy. I didn't know anything about him, but sounds like other YouTubers I've seen come and go.
I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Grade A Under A. Next up is Grade A Under A, an OG who left his fans not only craving for more of his content, but also reliving the 106 videos he had made by the time he quit. He made a bunch of animated rant videos, which were loved by many. He would complain about the most random topics, and his funny voice made it worth the watch. But where is Grade A now? Well, my theory is that he went to college and got a well-paying, normal job. Or I should say, normal job, but the internet treating him as some sort of rare animal, which is what I'm doing too. There have been other speculated sightings of him around. We're talking about these people like they're Sasquatch. Someone on Reddit claimed he made a Telegram account disappeared. That was just 2 months ago. A month earlier, someone, still on Reddit, claimed to have asked him why he stopped uploading, and apparently Grade replied with just, "My dad." Does that suggest something happened to his dad? Well, no one knows for sure. Still, that same month, another Redditor claimed that this was Grade now. Spoiler alert, it's not, but are the other claims true? Who knows?
Not.
I mean, it's Reddit we're talking about here. Anyway, in a 2017 stream, he accidentally face revealed.
I'm not going to point out myself, I've learned my lesson there.
Hello? Excuse me? Wrong fucking mic?
Hang on.
That's the wrong mic, man.
And since we're talking about Reddit, Grade has a subreddit there, r/GradeAUnderA, with about 9,000 members.
Wow.
And they for sure show a lot of love for his content. That's why I said people still relive his videos. This post here is just one example. It was made just 7 months ago, which is about a year and 3 months since Grade had left. And under it, you can see comments like, his videos were literally works of art in the realm of comedy and rant videos. I would say such a take is understandable for a channel with about 3.77 million subscribers and over 557 million views. And just to be clear, Grade had been making videos since 2013, and once he quit YouTube, he also went cold on Twitter, where he had been relatively active before. His YouTube peak, and this is why he's on the OG list, was in 2016/2017, with videos such as this one, and this one. Also a very important highlight of his career was the subscribe
one
to
of those
scarce
videos,
movement, making YouTuber Keemstar lose subscribers and promoting scarce and actually gaining him over 200,000 subscribers in under a week. Anyway, that's about it for Grade A's situation. He's off in the real world, probably working a well-paying job, and potentially might even have a wife and family. I'm just speculating though. I'm not gonna go too deep into any of these people's lives, you know, I'm not gonna invade their privacy. I'm just looking at speculations or maybe some certain confirmations that can be found public on the internet. You know, you're not gonna see a tough video doxing my favorite YouTubers to find out where they are. Like, no, that's not gonna happen. Right. Anyway, let's head on to the next one.
Obviously, yeah.
Lieutenant Corbus. Back in 2016,
good for him.
Lieutenant Corbus, a rather sensational 11-year-old girl, literally took YouTube by storm after amassing almost 1 million subscribers and building a really loyal fan base doing what most considered edgy commentary. Soph, that's the name she rebranded to at some point, even got featured in some publications with Daily Dot describing her as, quote, the future of YouTube, unquote, and her strategy as, quote, on point. What Lieutenant Corbus was doing was basically making gaming commentary videos, but it was really interesting because this was a 5th grader, you know, making these really witty and adult jokes. She cussed a lot. talking about the F word and the C word here, and talked about extremely controversial things. For instance, throwing her own opinion on the BuzzFeed Canada editor who wanted only non-white, non-male applicants for a job. She didn't hold back even when talking about herself, at one point describing herself as being, quote, a lazy C word for not having videos prepared before she left for a family trip.
And I've got absolutely nothing planned. 50% of it is just I'm being a lazy. The other 50% is I don't have anything to talk about, because nothing interesting is going on. See, when you're a YouTuber, you require another source of something interesting going on for you to leech off of and make your own entertaining content. But I mean, who cares if I prepare videos on that? That's the thing, I'm a shitty YouTuber. I got nothing original about me.
I did not know about her at all, but I will say, I feel like this is probably going to go down a really bad, I feel like this is going to go left very quickly, because how many, she's young as shit. How many of these subscribers were way fucking older than her? Like, you know what I mean?
That's the only thing you can have going for you when you're trying to be a good YouTuber. But I'm like this weird dog mix breed. I'm a mix of different dogs and I look kind of weird and shit. I'm kind of a mix of like 6 YouTubers. So most of it comes from Leafy, Pyrocynical, and Sneeko. Then General Sam, then there's a little bit of an iDubbbz mix, then a little Jax Films. I have my sassier moments.
Also, isn't it funny she's not even playing the game? She was actually ahead of the game, because if you think about it, that's what TikToks do nowadays when they have like some mobile gameplay somewhere on the screen. Also, I think what made her a prominent figure is the fact that her commentary wasn't just edgy, but also interesting in a way. For example, she would make observations like, when you're a YouTuber, you require another source of something interesting going on for you to leech off of and make your own entertaining content. You know, something really well thought out, and it's true. If you want to grow as a YouTuber, it's literally the best option to talk about other trending topics. That's how this channel blew up. At the time, she was being compared to Leafy Is Here, who was equally getting great numbers. Actually, she blew up because other YouTubers recognized her and shouted her out for her, quote, amazing content. I'm talking about Keemstar and Pyrocynical. Pyro's fans actually mentioned her on his subreddit, and he saw it and shouted her out in one of his YouTube videos, and that made her go from 46 subscribers to 101,000 subscribers in just a week. Fun fact, I met Lieutenant Corbus in 2017 at Camp Flogna. Yeah, look at that. I was 15 years old in that picture. We were both children. Isn't that interesting? And now I'm mutuals with Pyrocynical on Twitter and have exchanged some nice DMs with him. So just really interesting that both of the people in this story I've interacted with in some way. Anyway, her career took a sudden nasty turn when she made a series of unhinged political commentaries. Apparently, in a video titled Be Not Afraid, she went all out with hateful commentary about Muslims. A specific statement that drew a lot of attention is on the screen, which I will not repeat. I mean, it's just insane to think that a 14-year-old held that all in her head, let alone said it, let alone on the internet to a bunch of other people. Still, under the Discord account, Lieutenant, she doubled down on her hate, writing things like these things on the screen. Oh, and unsurprisingly, she made hate into a video series, even attacking the LGBT community in her last video, which was titled Pride and Prejudice. Where there is good, there's also bad, and this is the internet, and this is actually, I shouldn't even say that, this is the world where everyone has different opinions, so yeah, she did have people that agreed with her. Anyway, she got banned from Discord after that, and YouTube took her account down. Pretty sure she got banned from Twitter as well. Ever since the bans, it seems like Soph has disappeared from the internet. No one has heard from her since.
Wow. I told you.
Next up is...
I fucking told you that it was gonna, it was gonna end badly. I just knew it. I'm like, yo, she's way too young. Had that much success that early on. Either her parents are like writing for her or like, managing her or something. You know what I mean? Like somebody's telling her to say these things. Like, I don't know. But then obviously the quickest way to get in trouble is to talk about politics. The quickest way.
Tobuscus, who I already made a mini documentary about in 2021.
Or just be
watch that after
prejudiced.
Watching this video. Now, as I stated in that video, Toby's case is pretty loaded and has a lot of hearsay stuff in it. And without getting too much into it, let me give you guys a quick summary. So Tobuscus is one of those very overlooked OG YouTubers from back in the day with 3 pretty healthy channels at the time. Toby Games, Toby Turner, and Tobuscus. 2 of those channels began in 2006 and 1 in 2010. And honestly, while he posted content right from the start, his golden years were between 2012 and 2016. You can tell because that's when his Tobuscus channel hit the most views with videos like this one, this one, this one, and this one. I mean, he found a style that worked and the videos were getting millions of views per video. An interesting bit is that all through these videos, which I personally used to love back then, he did a pretty good job, intentional or not, of hiding his personality. It's like we never got to know the real Toby. We were just exposed to this character that he played throughout different scenarios. Anyway, somewhere around 2016, his content really slowed down for some strange reason. He sometimes went weeks or even months without posting. Some speculated that was the reason his views took a dive. However, there was an entire allegation of abuse leveled upon him. First by April F, then by 4 other women. The alleged abuse ranged from to drug use.
In my time in LA, I didn't witness Toby taking Molly. I heard him talk about how he used to take it.
He's tried to push weed and Molly on me plenty of times. I've taken Molly with him willingly.
He always wanted me to take Molly, and the way my body reacted to Molly was literally like it obliterated my stomach.
I helped him curb the drug problem. I helped that a lot. I tried to get rid of alcohol, I tried to get rid of drugs.
Toby released videos, now enlisted, in response, and the reactions were mixed. Because, again, no one really knew Toby that well. Well, I'm not gonna say because, I'm just throwing my 2 cents in, but I do remember being a 14-year-old at the time and not really knowing what to think because I didn't know his personality. He was just a character on the internet. That's just some food for thought, though. So yeah, that was a really dark turn for his career because he really slowed down on the videos. And because this is supposed to be a video where we look at where the OGs are now, I did look into him. What I found is that since about 4 months ago, that's September 2023, he has been pretty consistent on the Tobuscus channel with even several videos per month. The views have not recovered though. The latest one I saw had about 11,000 views. Also, he never uploaded a single video on Tobuscus throughout 2022. On Toby Games, he dropped off in 2020 and resurfaced in 2023, but with very inconsistent uploads. On Toby Turner, the story is the same. He had been active with his vlogs up until a year ago, then went away, came back about 4 months ago, and has since just posted 2 new videos on there. On social media, it seems he's fairly active on Twitter, where he rants about everything from advising vegans to eat carnivorous animals, peace in the US, Twitter bots, and more. He doesn't have much engagement though. Also, given he'd previously done film work, he voiced Ant-Man on Marvel Avengers Academy, and played Nerval in the High Fructose Adventures of Annoying Orange, and acted in Bob Thunder and The Great Gilly Hopkins. I checked and I couldn't find any acting or voice acting projects that he has worked on since 2017. In short, while he's been around, Toby Turner never recovered from those allegations. Now, I'm not gonna say whether I think they're true or not because I don't know. But what I will say is just sad that we're in this timeline because I think in other timelines, I think he could have been a really good actor or something in the entertainment industry other than YouTube. But I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, nah, it's kind of fucked up.
I think whenever we talk about the most bizarre cases around OG YouTubers, Cryotic has to feature on that list. But before I get into that, let's start with where he is now. So anyone familiar with his situation knows that he did 2 videos before he went away. One is a live stream on Twitch, which was really more of a meltdown.
Tired of fucking hiding the fucking truth of the fucking internet. That's how it is, okay? Jesus fucking Christ, everyone's fucking afraid of like hiding from, oh no, my racist viewers are going to get mad. Oh wow, your racist viewers are gonna get mad?
And the other one is this one titled, We Stopped Being Genuine a Long Time Ago. Now, right at the end of that second video, which happens to be the last video he ever posted on his channel, he says,
see you in the next one.
Probably means nothing, but that's the first place I looked when trying to see if he's been up to anything worth mentioning recently. You know, like a new channel or a project or anything. But just like the whole of that video, it's been totally dark. As far as I know, based on how far I dug, Cryotic is nowhere on the internet. The last traces of activity around his accounts, YouTube and Twitter, are all from June of 2020. That's of course when the allegations came out, and he sort of voluntarily just stopped making content. Now that we know he's still nowhere to be found, let me recap a bit of his past just in case this is the first time you're hearing about this dude. So first, the reason he's an OG on the list is because he was really a hit from very early on. He started out in 2006, 18 years ago, and was comparable to PewDiePie. In fact, he did collaborations with PewDiePie, like this one, and many more. And I guess they only split ways, content-wise, as Cry went more into streaming. Making over 2,200 videos, Cry, real name Ryan Terry according to Wikitubia, curved out a loyal fan base that loved his videos and streams of games like The Walking Dead, Vampire, GTA, Left 4 Dead 2, etc., and the infusion of creepypastas and other similar stories. Now, things took took a wild turn when on June 17th and 18th of 2020, Cry was accused of grooming. A user named Lady Tia Beanie alleged that Cry groomed her when she was just 16 while he was 22, and that this lasted all the way until she was 18 when things intensified. She also revealed that Cry had been messing with his best friend's girlfriend. Cry responded in the 2 videos that I mentioned earlier, and he admitted to cheating on Cheyenne, the ex-girlfriend, with girls he didn't know were minors. Cheyenne offers proof of Cry telling her he loved her while she was just 6, apologizing for his manic state meltdown video.
The crazy part is, like, I feel like I've heard this story. But like, the sad part about it is that I don't know if this is his story that I've heard or another YouTuber story that I heard that was similar. But like, the fact that this is, you know, there's more than one story like this from a YouTuber is the sad part. I mean, obviously this is fucking crazy, but the fact that I don't know like which YouTuber it is kind of fucking, it's kind of wild.
And promises a real apology. Further details of his inappropriate engagements with minors emerged. A whole lot of other tweets then ensued between LNC, Late Night with Cry and Russ, including Snake, Scott Jund, and Russ Money. It's a lot of content to go through, so if you want to dig in a little bit more, this Reddit thread has it all. Cry simply walked away, leaving us with the cryptic,
See you in the next one.
H3H3.
What?
Next on our list is H3H3.
I know
This is one
him.
of those channels that has been around for ages. Where is H3H3 now? Well, they're actually doing really well. In
Yeah, I see him all the
2017,
time.
They jumped on the podcast bandwagon, starting the H3 podcast. With a little over 1,000 videos so far, they've amassed about 2.9 million subscribers and have about 1.2 billion views. Their numbers are overall pretty healthy, with even the streams, which they do every couple of days, getting anywhere from 800k to 1 million views. The same goes for their socials, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, where the engagement
Yeah, I still see
is
him.
right up there with any other leading podcast shows. Now, I wouldn't blame anyone who's surprised at H3's success, because if you go back to the original channel, it's just crickets. This original channel, which started sometime in 2011, and which has about 5.2 million subscribers, is just gathering dust, with the last video even posted there being from 3 years ago. The second channel, which is mostly vlogs by Hila, stopped posting about 4 months ago. The social accounts associated with those old channels are also pretty quiet or have pretty spread out posts. I'm talking about Instagram and Twitter. Actually, Ethan's Twitter just seems to be completely purged. They used to run this frenemy series on their collection of podcasts that would be co-hosted by Ethan and Trisha Paytas. Back in the day, Ethan made a video on the main channel criticizing
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
how much they edited their photos online. Guess who was included on that list? Yep, Trisha. Who would have known this would have started one of the most popular podcasts in YouTube history? A podcast loved by many, including me, and was really known for their funny personalities and how they led this anti-David Dobrik movement in 2021. But due to some public family problems, the podcast eventually came to an end after only 13 episodes.
She's really upset because she was saying how Hila doesn't like her.
Hila says, don't talk about me on the podcast. All I said was you should have the guest. He's like, we can't mention Hila. She doesn't want me to talk about, oh, she's too good for a podcast, even though we were talked about. They never once consulted me at the
I
beginning
said
of the
it's a
spring. She has a podcast. I brought life to the H3 channel, but oh, Hila's too good to even mention her name. I said nothing bad. I said like, oh, we should have her as a guest or whatever like that. Don't even mention Hila. She doesn't want to be talked about. Fucking
Okay.
I literally don't care. Literally, I don't want to come back because I really hate her.
So she always making comments about the family and how
I wasn't. That wasn't it. I said, oh, Hila should be a
That's
guest
why-
on the podcast. And you're like, don't mention Hila. She's the one we talked about. Oh, a fucking queen. You guys can talk about my shit all the time, but her, don't mention her name. Dumb.
Okay.
I think.
Oh God.
Yeah, I think so too.
To take it back even further to the H3H3 days, just a few years back, Ethan had been sued under H3H3 by Matt Haas, another YouTuber, and that was for copyright infringement. He'd done a commentary on how shitty Matt's self-scripted videos were in depicting women. Ethan won the case though, which was great for all of us because otherwise it would be a pain to overlay some clips in regular commentary videos without some wise guy getting mad and filing a copyright claim or a copyright strike. This was a really cool thing he did for YouTube, and I will always respect that they fully went to court with this and won. In short, they abandoned their sketch comedy YouTube channel in exchange for a podcast career, which, whether you like the decision or not, it seems to be treating them very nicely.
Yeah, I
Remember,
mean,
guys,
they
just
seem to be
because we
doing all
stop
right.
watching someone doesn't mean they can't be successful in any other avenue.
That's true.
Sky does Minecraft. Some creators, just like we've seen with H3H3, rebrand and succeed at keeping their audience, even with some countless controversies to their name. Others, however, like this creator, just doesn't manage to come back, at least in a successful way. I'm talking about Adam, Sky does Minecraft, Dahlberg, aka Net Nobody. They started their channel around 2011, doing the usual video game commentary style of videos. It didn't last long for them to rule the Minecraft space on YouTube because by 2014, they already had over 10.3 million subscribers and about 1.2 billion views. views. I think the 2014 to 2016 period was their golden era, as going by their channel statistics, they were easily getting close to 1 million views on lots of their videos. Part of their downfall started with a 2017 situation where Adam was cheated on by their then girlfriend, Elisa. They went on a wild rage about it on Twitter, and then in an interview with Drama Alert added they were quitting the channel, which had a whopping 14 million subscribers back then, because they felt bored and trapped in making kid-friendly content. They would later rebrand to Sky Does Everything, but because the entire channel was built on Minecraft content, and that's what his audience wanted, their viewership tanked a lot, with the video struggling to pass even the 100,000 view mark. Anyway, an even bigger blow came when they got accused of abuse. This was in January of 2022 by their former partner Elizabeth in a very damning series of tweets. I won't go into the details of the allegations, but just know it was horrible. Sky immediately stopped posting following the allegations, and about 10 months later tried selling the channel for $900,000. Sky then went away for a while, only resurfacing in July of 2023 with a very long tweet saying they were excited to show what they've been working on behind the scenes. This sort of sweep things under the rug style got lots of mixed reactions, with some calling them delusional, while others, like under this video's comments, were relieved that they were back and looking better and healthier. Anyway, where is Sky now? Well, they've been trying to get people to go over to Storyfire, which is a platform whose official description is gaming, social media, and DeFi hub for all content. It actually turns out, based on this video that they made, that they're working at Storyfire. Doing what? Well, they're the COO. That's even what they have on their Twitter username. In the video, posted 4 months ago, they also revealed that they're working on a documentary to tell their side of things. It also seems they've been posting more on Storyfire, with the latest video there being from January 10th. The views are very brutal though. And speaking of January, earlier in the month, they made an announcement that they're going into, quote, music hibernation, just for a little bit to finish their album. The first song, I guess, from the album is out, again, available on Storyfire. Although, to be fair, the song can be found on YouTube. Overall, it seems Sky has their hands full in the meantime. The mixed reactions upon their return could mean things could go fairly well or really bad. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Crazy Russian hacker.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Malabar Tour.
I feel like I've heard about him.
Is number one priority.
That is one of the most iconic YouTube intro lines. Crazy Russian hacker. Real name, Taras Vladimirovich Kulikov. Now, this guy used to have an insane number of views back in the day, talking of the 2014 to 2018 era, but then sort of dropped in viewership drastically. And when I say insane views, I really mean that, because if you check his videos from that time, 2014 all the way to 2017, he would easily get over 1 million views per video, with a lot of the videos getting close to the 10 million view mark. His main channel even got 10 million subscribers about 6 years ago. He was just killing it. Also, he was probably the most consistent gadget reviewer at that time, doing everything from sharpening a chainsaw, testing weird things from Amazon, playing with liquid nitrogen, and trying out dog gadgets, to military ready-to-eat meals. And a little known fact is that Crazy Russian Hacker was actually his second channel. His first one, Origami 768, was from 2009 and still exists, though rebranded as Taras Cool. Now, that first channel, Taras Cool, was actually quite successful, with over 3.6 million subscribers and just about 1 billion views. In the rebrand, which happened long ago, he shifted it from origami tutorials to unboxings, reviews, and vlogging kind of content. His main channel, however, Crazy Russian Hacker, has always been a mixed bag of reviews, vlogs, experiments, etc., which makes it hard to tell exactly what happened for the views to drop that much, and that was towards the end of 2018. His views went from in the millions to now not even being able to touch 100K. And actually, that answers the question of where he is now. He's still on YouTube, but he sadly is struggling with views. It's also unclear whether he has any other projects going on, because even on his Instagram, he mostly shares reviews.
What the hell? Wow. I gotta get that later. I can't get it right now. All this shit just fucking fell off my damn computer. Like, goddamn. Like, it's a fucking ghost in here. Shit. God damn, man.
With occasional family photos. That's actually another update. He got married 5 years ago and now has 3 children. Also, going back to his content, one thing I noticed is that he's been doing less of the laboratory videos that people used to love back then. He used to do experiments with products, for example, filling a basketball with liquid nitrogen. He's now more into reviewing Amazon products. And some may ask, well, why did he stop getting views? But I'll be honest, his content is pretty boring. And I mean that super respectfully. I used to love this dude back in the day. Me and my mom used to put him on the TV and watch him, but the videos nowadays, they seem really low effort, and it doesn't keep the audience engaged, and I see why the views dip.
For today's video, I got a whole bunch of new gadgets. First of all, I wanna...
Okay, so I mean, it wasn't like he, you know, had some kind of crazy ass scandal or something like that. It's just that his audience outgrew his content, basically. Essentially. Like, that's kind of what I get from that. You know, his audience kind of outgrew his content.
show off this Besson knives. This is Maca Blade Blackout, and this one is Audi Green G10 Titanium. So all new.
But yeah, definitely has to adapt with the times. The only controversies I could find about him are this one from 2016 where YouTuber Thunderfoot called him a plagiarist and DMCA abuser, and this Reddit post where some random person tried to call him out for not speaking out during the Russian-Ukraine war. Other than that, he's just a normal husband and father now. Venturian Tale. This group began back in 2013, and as of 3 years ago in 2021, when they stopped uploading, they had 3,395 videos. They also had 2.76 million subscribers and just over 2.2 billion views. Those are great numbers, but even more interesting is that the channel was run by siblings, Jordan Fry, Sierra Fry, Bethany Fry, and Isaac Fry, and they would play games like Fallout 3, Minecraft, Gmod, Skyrim, and Fallout New Vegas. Jordan led the group. Things were all good, then after June of 2021, they stopped uploading. Fans noticed and even tried finding out why. It would then turn out, based on a very lengthy video uploaded by Bethany on her channel,
Why so serious?
issue around religion. In it, she explains that they all grew up in an excessively conservative Christian household, and that they were made to believe things like sexism, homophobia, and no respect for other cultures and religions. They were kept in that environment, isolated from the world, and they knew that in order to get out, they would have to be the quote, devil. Eventually, something had to give. She stepped out. Essentially, she points out that she was scared to stand out for what was good, like defending against homophobia, and when she turned 25, she decided it was enough.
I would be alone. Never had an experience with making friends outside of my siblings, and as silly as it is, I feel like a child at 25, and I feel like I've never grown or had a chance to be myself or find what I like or who I am or what I believe, because I've never had the opportunity. I was pretty much force-fed one belief and one thing my entire life, and was told there was no other options, and if there was, or if I ever thought of anything else, pretty much I'd burn in hell.
After she left, she was disowned and cut off by her family. Surprisingly, apparently that's the same fate that befell Sierra, her sister, who says she got disowned and everyone in her family stopped talking to her over changed beliefs. And I should actually emphasize that what she glazes over in that video was pretty dark and deep stuff. She talks about being SA'd as a child, being made to feel lesser than men, which greatly undermined her effort to sort of integrate into the normal world, including doing things like getting a job. Which then brings us to where these guys are now. Well, I looked, and Bethany, based on her Instagram, has been making anime-inspired art. Her YouTube channel last saw an upload 2 years ago, just like the main Venturian Tale channel. Sierra has been inactive on her social medias, Instagram and Twitter. At the point when Bethany made the damning videos, Isaac had not been appearing as much in videos. It is thus no surprise that his social media, Twitter, is also cold. Jordan has also been silent since the Bethany video. Apparently, after Bethany made the video, he turned off comments on the Venturian channel. What's surprising is that checking his Instagram, he hasn't been posting, but fans have been commenting as recently as just a few weeks ago, begging Venturian to come back. Overall, by the looks of things, it seems like these guys might not come back as a group anytime soon.
Yeah.
Bart Baker.
That's
Next
fucked
up is Bart Baker. Some of you guys may not know who this person is, but we'll just start with where he is now and then go back to why he blew up. So, where is Bart Baker? Well, based on a video that he made in August of 2021, he should be in America. I'm saying should because I'm not 100% sure, but in the video, he said he wanted to move back to America because he missed his family and friends and hadn't been able to go back and forth between the US and China. Then, besides moving back, he's been trying, or at least tried, to promote an NFT token on his TikTok. His Instagram and Twitter are cold for the most part, with his Twitter bio suggesting he doesn't, quote, do social media anymore anywhere. And I have to emphasize the crypto bit because he also mentioned in his WTF Happened to Me video saying that he was obsessed with it and it was taking up all his time. He even went on to list some crypto coins related to the carbon credits industry that he was investing in. Now, if you don't know, last month I made a video on influencers promoting crypto scams. So I was just a bit curious about what became of these tokens he was so confident in back in 2021, but not curious enough to try to track all of them. What I did find out though was that Sonar Ping has sort of come back up in value just this month after depreciating throughout the whole of 2022. That's absolutely not financial advice, just in case anyone wanted to take it that way. Still though, the shit's worth less than a penny. Anyway, now to his background. Baker is an OG YouTuber when it comes to music parody videos. His channel, which started back in 2006, was built around doing parodies of popular US songs, and he was getting tons of views on each video. With just 205 videos in total, he got about 3.3 billion views and just about 9.8 million subscribers. Now, why did such a successful creator decide decide to just stop uploading in 2018? Well, it has to do with YouTube changing its focus. Apparently, YouTube dropped channels that weren't family friendly from their preferred program, which meant directly less revenue for a channel like Baker's. In an interview with Vice News, Baker does actually say that the drop in performance had him even going to therapy. Also, he got copyright claimed a lot due to using other people's music and creating the parodies. Around that time, he got an offer from a company in China to do videos for them on China's version of TikTok, Douyin. Basically take a video posted by other users on Douyin, translate the lyrics, sing it, and then post it, like this one for example. He became so popular, getting 10 million followers within a month of just starting. By August of 2021, he had over 21 million followers. He was doing concerts and even went to the biggest TV shows over there. I believe he still makes videos for Douyin because, as per his 2021 update video, he said he'd be doing the videos even more after he moved back to the US. So yeah, there's a little update on Bart Baker for you guys.
Okay, so he just shifted.
Scarce. Last on our list is Scarce, who despite describing himself as the quote
Not
YouTube
bad.
news channel, has lacked the consistency that would be typical of a news channel. Scarce started his channel back in 2012 and had great success, even getting to 3 million subscribers with 679 videos. Some say that he blew up during the Grade A Underre, Leafy is Here, and Keemstar drama, but he insists that he was on the path to blowing up even before then, having decided to cover general news as opposed to just FaZe Clan like before. You might actually recall Scarce from earlier in the video when I said that Grade A led the subscribe to Scarce movement. Anyway, growth aside, as I've already mentioned, he's been known to take really long breaks and then swoop back in like nothing happened. Currently, for example, the last time he uploaded a video was in July of 2023. He did the same thing in 2017, disappearing from May all the way to July, and having people think he was dead. I believe he also went away right around the end of 2020 for about 2 months. Although, to be fair, in an interview with Tommy C's SFTP, Scarce does admit that part of the reason he had been away from YouTube was that he got diagnosed with sleeping problems, got prescribed Xanax, and then got hooked on it. It also led to him having anxiety issues. Knowing that, it would be enough reason to explain his on and off routine. However, there's a little more. Turns out, around 2017, YouTube had allegedly been demonetizing toxic channels, with a list including Keemstar, Leafy, Onision, Scarce, and Grade A Underre. That might have discouraged him to some extent. So, where is Scarce now? Well, what I gathered from his Twitter is that he might be looking for alternative jobs. He posted this tweet where he was sort of mourning being rejected from Riot Games where he had applied to work. That tweet is from January 16, 2024, which is pretty recent. So it really seems to stay away from the internet
like a month
and
ago.
aim for a normal job. Either way, I wish him the best. Alright, that was it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like. Click the like button. Actually do it. And if you think I'm cool, if you like the way I tell stories, make sure to hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, man, shout out to you, bro. Hell of a video. Hell of a fucking video, man. But, I mean, there's a lot of people in there I had no fucking idea. Some people I did know. But, I mean, I feel like that's, like, typical with me. Like, I won't know, like, 90% of these people. But, like, the 10% I will know. But, like, the H3 thing, I knew about that. You know, I think I heard about the other guy that did the drawings and shit. Grade A Underre, I think I remember. I don't remember anything about Leafy. I mean, you know, it is what it is, man. I've seen some YouTubers come and go, man. You know, but these people had millions of subscribers. You know, I've seen people with like barely 200K fall off. You know, I've seen people who literally, I've literally watched them grind to get to the 200K, and the next thing you know, they just fall off. I don't know what it is, but hopefully, you know, hopefully that won't be me, you know. But damn, hell of a video, man.